you go. Drop that. Just like that, Andrei Yarmolenko heading that one in for West Ham. One of 2 goals for David Moyes' side. We kick things off with football. Did I say side? As if I'm from Britain. Anyway, round 5 of the Europa League ended earlier on this Thursday with 15 matches played. It was a marathon schedule. There was 1 Europa League game on Wednesday involving the Italian side, Napoli. They lost. More on that later. In Group E, last placed Lokomotiv Moscow faced second placed SS Lazio from Italy. We have those highlights.
Reignite Lokomotiv's hopes of qualifying for the latter stages of the competition. Well, without a win in their opening 4 fixtures, Lokomotiv certainly have it all to do. And Galatasaray, along with Lazio, showed him where he wanted it, Zakane, and now goes over. Artur Diaz said that the ball was won. Zakane in need of some attention, but I think more pressingly he feels in need of the award of a penalty. Looks as though he's seen enough of it, and he's given the penalty. And Immobile scores. Excellent penalty from the Lazio skipper. And here's Immobile. Milinkovic-Savic. Immobile! Tried to be a bit too clever, but it's another penalty. And goes to the same side this time, with the same result. In towards the 6-yard box, Jedvai's touch. Pedro, it's 3. And an accurate finish. Lovely there. And then this with his left foot. Across the keeper and into the corner. And I think, to be fair to Gudakov, the attempted intervention of Jedvai may have been a bit of distraction for him as well. Becker, is there a consolation? The answer is no. Lazio are guaranteed to finish in the top 2 in Group E, and their fight to win the section goes down to a straight shootout against Galatasaray on match day 6.
Yeah, so a pair of goals for Ciro Immobile in this game. The Lazio skipper putting his team comfortably ahead, and then the Spaniard Pedro rounding out the scoring for Lazio to register a win that takes them one step closer to their objective. Not a very competitive game. The home side, Lokomotiv Moscow, Mariah, and cold Russia didn't offer much of a threat today.
No, they looked very poor, and I'm wondering if it has to do anything with their boss, you know, heading across the Manchester United. News about that breaking, but that's just me trying to be funny. Lazio, they were the better team today, George. We saw their skipper just stepping up and doing what we expect of a skipper in his 4 appearances so far. This is his 5th goal, which shows that, you know, he's having a really good season, and as such, you know, it's reflecting in the entire team, because as we heard the commentator rightfully say, based on how Lazio has played so far, they're guaranteed a top 2 finish in Group E, which means they've been doing things right. Yeah,
Lazio these days, well, not so long ago, one of the top teams in Europe, not so much these days. The Lazio have gone the way of Serie A, they've lost some luster, but they still have very good players in their rank. Milinkovic-Savic, coveted by many of the bigger clubs in Europe. Wonder if he'll leave Lazio at the end of this season. But in the form of Immobile, they have a man who does well in Serie A. He is a bit of a course specialist in Serie A. He has 10 goals to his name in that competition. In Europe, as Mariah noted, he has 5 and counting. But for the Italian national team, his form has been atrocious. People have criticized him and say, well, yeah, he's a flat track bully in Serie A, but when called to international duties, he doesn't cut the mustard there. But he will say, look, Italy's not paying me week in, week out. Lazio do. I'm scoring the goals for them. I'm fine. Speaking of players who've been at the highest levels in Europe, Pedro, a star at Barcelona, not so much at Chelsea, where he went. Well, Pedro and Messi are in the same league. And although I've criticized Messi, oh my God, even when Messi retires and he's 65, he and Pedro won't be on the same level. I'm just saying that Pedro started at Barcelona, played well for Chelsea, played at Roma, now at Lazio in the twilight of his career. Good to see him still on the sharp end, getting a goal. So all in all, job well done for Lazio.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make though when I said Messi is that similar to this particular player, George, they do well for their club, but when it's time to play for country,
and again, Mariah, I know you're being provocative, but Messi's level has been so stratospheric that even when he disappoints for Argentina, the quality of the performance he puts in while disappointing for Argentina supersedes the performance that Immobile would put in starring for Italy. Well, I get the point.
I'm not being provocative. This is, you know where this is coming from.
Yes.
From your views.
And that's why I'm saying you're being provocative. All right, let's talk about Bayer Leverkusen and the Celtic, the Scottish team needing a win today to go through to the knockout round. Let's see how they fared against Leon Bailey's old club.
Celtic to start. Celtic have to start and finish the game well. That's a cross. Nothing Hart can do about that. Andrik's onto another one. And this one he keeps down and puts in. Here he comes. Great lead. Well directed. Bayer Leverkusen 1, Celtic 0. Breaks for Juranovic and now Jota. Jota, that's a good ball. Nkapia keeps it alive. Referee's going to have to stop play, though. Kyogo Furuhashi down in his brave attempt to win the ball here. And the video assistant referee, who is the experienced Italian Massimiliano Irati, has recommended that Tassos Sideropoulos has a look at that for himself. No surprise that he couldn't make the decision on the field, but he's made it now. Penalty Celtic. And equalises for Celtic with clarity of mind. Good ball out too for Forrest. Turnbull. Forrest. Nice move. Bitton. Needs the next pass, and the next pass is rotten. Furuhashi keeps it going though. And there's Jota! Bitton made the run. This is where it looked to have broken down. He's looking for Furuhashi, but makes a mess of it. The slip from Frimpong really helped out Celtic. Wirtz. Another good delivery. Had Ralston struggling, and that one is through and past Joe Hart. And Robert Andrik has done it again for Bayer Leverkusen. But it's a peach of a ball, the latest of many from Wirtz. The layoff from Amiri was special too. Just a cushion. Wirtz looks to pick another pass. DRB! Outstanding! It's a brilliant, brilliant goal put past Joe Hart. It's taken something extra special to beat him all night. It's not going to matter. Hart's on his way back. Celtic are on their way out of the Europa League, and Leverkusen are marching on. First place in the group is sealed after a game of 2 turnarounds by the Rhine.
Yeah, no luck for Postecoglou, the Celtic coach. Needed a win today, didn't get it. Mariah, there were some excellent goals in the game. Well, even the penalty was fantastic because it was a hell of a panenka that Joe Hart, that the Leverkusen goalkeeper could do nothing about. A cracking game, no luck for Celtic.
No luck for Celtic, but at a point, 10 minutes remaining in the game, George, it was everything for Celtic. Celtic could have won the match, but they let it go. And I mean, when they sit in the dressing room today, they would wonder what really happened that they allowed this match to slip. And this means that they're knocked out now of the knockout round. Yeah. And things just don't look good for them anymore.
Yeah, Celtic, the first British team to win the European Cup. and they are far removed from those glory years. They're in Europe's second-tier competition, and even that they couldn't advance to the knockout round. It is a point Mariah just made. The goal, but if we can, Mr. Producer, if we have the time, the second goal scored by the number 8 for Leverkusen, Ranchik. It was a fantastic team goal, reminiscent of what Manchester City or Liverpool produce week in, week out in the Premier League. And then when European competition comes around, the ball will shift from the right-hand side. Look at this for a layoff. Excellent. Bang! Right through Joe Hart's legs. The point where they say the keeper cannot save the ball that is hit with power between his legs. And that's where he found that was a picture-perfect postcard goal. A Bayer Leverkusen full value for the 3 points they took today, which helps their cause and which consigns Celtic to only concentrate on domestic football from here on in, right? So Bayer Leverkusen taking care of Celtic 3-2, the Scottish team out of the competition, and Leverkusen go forward even with one game left in the group. All right, it's break time here on the SportsMax Zone. Before we go to the break, we have one more game to show you. England's West Ham, one of the teams of the Premier League so far this season, powered by the goals of the reggae boy, Michael Antonio. He wasn't brought into service today. They played the team Rapid Vienna, and let's see how they got on in Austria.
So the referee, Sergei Ivanov, blows his whistle. It's West Ham in the claret and blue kit who are kicking from left to right in the first 45 minutes against Rapid Vienna in the white and green. Jared Bowen onto the early throw-in here. Vlasic, Yarmolenko climbing and puts West Ham in front. It's a very poor goal to concede. Look here at number 26, Moorman. Does absolutely nothing. Watches Yarmolenko score the goal. Noble, Yarmolenko, and a penalty given. Foul on Andrei Yarmolenko right at the end of the first half. So Noble against Gartler for West Ham. 2-0. He'll be very pleased. David Moyes. It's been a comfortable West Ham victory. A first goal of the season for Andrei Yarmolenko, and then a goal from the penalty spot for Mark Noble did it for West Ham United. They came here knowing that if they won the game, they would finish top of their section, and that is exactly what they...
So goals from Yarmolenko and Mark Noble getting West Ham over the line in this one comfortably. You know, Mark Noble, the West Ham captain, he is their penalty specialist. Over his career, he's taken 43 penalties. He's missed just 4. One including the one most recently in the Premier League against Manchester United when he came off the bench and went straight to the penalty spot. So 4 penalty misses in 43 attempts. He has a conversion rate of 90.5%. He was missed today, keeps his rate going, and yeah, West Ham easy, comfortable in the end.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing, which is why they didn't play Michael Antonio today. They are 6 points separate them and Dinamo Zagreb in their group. So even a loss wouldn't have hurt them in any way. But I mean, coach knew exactly what he was doing, and they walked away with all 3 points.
Right. You said something earlier about Conte and the I don't want to say hysteria, but the consternation among Spurs fans that, oh, we lost today.
Wow.
To be fair to them, I think it's not the fact that they lost. I think it's who they lost to. As you heard the commentator say, this is a team that was created in 2012. That was 9 years ago, beating a Tottenham team that has been winning trophies from the 1960s. Yeah? So you're talking about pedigree and history versus a football club, Nura, that can probably call a parvenu, something newly risen in status, and that's exactly what they are. So a parvenu beating an established power, a squad valued at about £7 million against one valued at about £700 million. So it is absolutely right for a Spurs fan to feel kind of put out by today's result, I'm suggesting.
Well, I mean, George, we know too well how things happen in sports, and many a times, we're brought back down to earth to just remind us that anything can happen, and these teams, just as much as the top teams are improving and working these other teams are doing things behind the scenes too. So just because history says that they would always lose, or a team, or let's just say Manchester City would beat them time after time, doesn't mean that there will be one-up and slip-ups. And I feel as if, now that I'm making this point, maybe they got complacent with the wins since Antonio Conte came in, and they've been winning and winning, that this will act as a reality check, and maybe the next time we see Tottenham, they would have improved in all the areas that they slipped up today.
Well, history is a very unkind thing, because history will register that Moura beat Spurs 2-1 in the Europa Conference League. History will not tell you that it was a Tottenham third-string team. It wasn't, Harry Kane played, but it wasn't Tottenham's strongest team that was sent out to battle today, because, of course, the squad is thin, and Conte's main focus is on the league finish,
right,
so they can get to the Champions League. But history won't tell you that. History will just tell you that Spurs lost to Moore. Anyway, let's look at the full results. Let's run through them from this match day, from this round 5 in the Europa League. Let's go. Crvena Zvezda, a.k.a. Red Star Belgrade, they beat Ludogorets 1-0, confirming West Ham's win over Rapid Vienna. Michelin, they beat Braga 3-2. Lazio on the road 3-0 at Lokomotiv Moscow. Dinamo Zagreb and Genk 1-1. Real Betis went to Hungary. They came back with a 2-0 win over Ferencváros. Galatasaray beat Marseille 4-2 in Turkey. Leverkusen beating Celtic 3-2 in Germany. In Greece, Olympiacos beat Fenerbahce 1-0. In Holland, PSV beat Sturm Graz 2-0. In Scotland, Rangers ambushed Sparta Prague 2-0. In England, Leicester City beat Legia Warsaw 3-1. In Germany, Eintracht Frankfurt beat Antwerp. Well, they drew with Antwerp 2-2 at home in Germany. In Monaco, some people say in France, but in Monaco, Monaco beat Real Sociedad 2-1. And in Denmark, Lyon, the French team, they came away with a 3-1 win. All right, to our sports-loving fans across the Caribbean, your time now. This is your chance to win a share of over $1,000 in prizes. Yes, all you have to do, post a video to your social media pages telling us about the person you most enjoy watching sports with and why. Tag that person and also tag SportsMax. So simple thing, you must tag the person, you must tag SportsMax. The persons who post the top 3 videos will have a chance to win huge prizes.
Can we take that?
No.
Break time.
Post the video to your pages and tell us who you enjoy sports with and why. Tag your friend in SportsMax. Top 3 videos will have a chance to win amazing